Hello, these are the five need to knows for week 6. The readings of Bancroft and Beecher. So the first thing we kind of talked about were two different metaphors, or two additional metaphors to our hiking trip. The first being a compass, which is a device for determining direction at the Earth's surface due to a magnetism. So this idea of a compass is that taking multiple concepts and using them in different contexts. So each of the poles represent a concept, such as the North Pole, or basically the main guiding pole um, is a religion, and the other poles can represent um, politics or social contexts that pull us in different directions. Um, so the second metaphor is a summit, which is a refuge or a platform that you go to before you start your hike up a mountain. And this is the metaphor for all the authors that we have, the different rhetorics that we have read. Um, so basically, they're all forging their own hikes in many different ways, but they all come to one point before they go and make their trip. So, all these stories have multiple ways of interpretation, and there's a front and back to every story. Um, the third thing we kind of talked about were Garrison and Beecher and kind of their similar um, ideologies. So, Garrison talks about political rights of women and liberty being a shared right, um, but he's talking more towards like kidnapped Africans. Whereas Beecher is talking about types of treatment or a lack of rights of women. But it's a social question. Both of them are asking a social question, um, but they're in the same context. Um, so the fourth point, we kind of overviewed Beecher's art essay, um, saying that women are equal, and she's trying to convince people that certain institutions are needed for women. So it's an argumentative essay. She's trying to convince people of her ideology, but it also combines religion and political institutions with a social system. So it's linking relationships between the inferior and superior, but she's using the Bible to back it up. Um, and Bancroft's essay is about truth, saying that we should trust the majority. So here comes the idea of popular opinion or populism. Um, it's actually brought in the core of democratic principle. We take the majority vote. So um, that was basically it for week 6.